You want healthy, glowing skin, but with all the products, trends, and conflicting advice, it's hard to know what actually works. I understand. I am Dr. Tiina, a former cardiologist and specialist in the skincare development and cosmetic safety expert. I've spent years studying the science of skin. Welcome to Medder Beauty podcast, where we uncover what really matters, break down the science, and give you real expert-backed skincare advice. Whether you're looking to achieve radiant, healthy skin, curious about anti-aging, or want to understand what's really in your product, you are in the right place. Rooted in science and the truth about what your skin actually needs, we'll have in-depth conversations with leading dermatologists, medical experts, and skincare brand founders to bring you the latest innovations, evidence-based insights, and industry secrets that truly make a difference. We are so happy you are here. So let's go! Today I'm so happy to have my first guest in the podcast. It is Sarah Drew, licensed medical esthetician from Miami, Florida. And we are so proud to have Sarah in our team. She has more than 10 years of experience. And now she is a member of our Medder team, inspiring us, inspiring skin practitioners, and bringing all her experience and knowledge in our daily work. Sarah, please tell us what brings you to the beauty industry, how it happened to you.
First of all, thank you. This is actually a funny story. When I was in 6th grade, we were supposed to invent something. And while this wasn't revolutionary, I came home, I said, Mom, I'm going to invent a perfume. That is clearly where it began. I later got my first job ever at, ironically enough, Bath & Body Works. At the time, this would have been 2011, they had a dermatologist-developed skincare line. I just used to stare at it. I want to say her name was Dr. Wexler. I just stared at it. I didn't understand it. I would read the back of the products. But I was there for Japanese cherry blossom. I wasn't there for skincare. So later I would...
And how young you were when you started?
My first job would have been at 18. I was very ambitious. I would have loved to work way sooner than that. But my mom kept me focused on my studies. What she didn't know is when she wasn't looking, I was applying her Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair on my skin way too soon. I was using her mascara, all of the things. So at 18, I
hope your mom listening to us now.
I was using it, Mom. That's why you ran out sooner than you were supposed to. Sorry. But later in life, I think around 19, Clinique ended up scouting me for my first job in skincare. And I would be lying if I said that I knew I would be a skincare professional or an esthetician. I actually preferred the retail side. I loved how much exposure to different artists. Makeup was so fun to me at the time, but skin was always what I found myself the most natural in. And later I just decided during the pandemic, what am I doing? Why don't I have my esthetician's license? Why am I not doing this for myself within my own business? And then the Queen of Skin was born. When I named myself the Queen of Skin, that was really my clients. And I really just felt like I helped them feel confident in their skin. And that was my goal. I don't think I know everything about skin, but I really want people to enjoy the skin they live in.
It's such a great name. And it's such an interesting pathway after exciting retail opportunity, but you choose to be medical esthetician.
Yes.
And actually, it is a great question. I've been asked so many times by many people, and I feel like in the last years, why should I go to esthetician? Why should I go to the beauty salon? Because now I can buy everything. I can have everything at home. And especially I feel like in the pandemic, it was such a hard time. And as I have thousands and thousands of friends and colleagues, everyone feel it. Yeah. Like people became more skeptical. Oh. How do you feel about it? It is still something we can offer more than people can get at home?
I had been on the retail side of the beauty industry for almost a decade by the time I decided to get my license. It was around 8 years. I had a friend tell me, girl, you already know a lot. You're good in sales. Don't waste your money on going to get an esthetician's license. Beauty schools are a scam. Those were her words.
God knows how many times I heard it, but I am still proud about our profession.
Absolutely.
Despite I cannot deny then beauty school, it's not only in America, it's so many countries all over the world.
Yeah.
I will not use the word scam,
Sure.
but I will use the word old-fashioned, not progressive.
I appreciate you saying not just in America, because I know when people can hear me speak, they'll hear me really empower the Northeastern European professionals, how they're trained, how it's more of a, in my opinion, a medical understanding of the body and skin and how it works together. But it is so important to mention that everywhere in the world, there are healers, and everywhere in the world where we can turn something into profit, there are people who want to create shortcuts. And so that was, I think, a lot of our experiences and how beauty school got this bad reputation.
Everywhere it is the same problem. I really like the approach to the professional education in the beauty school in Poland.
Okay.
Because they have 4 years of professional education, including very serious course of cosmetic chemistry and anatomy and physiology and everything.
You need that structure that's created in school to understand this is how you can turn these gifts, because when you ask, how did you end up in the beauty industry? The signs were always there. What 12-year-old wants to create a perfume? I wasn't into school, but I was naturally great at chemistry. I enjoyed people. I had an interest in nutrition. I went to a school in Texas that had a cosmetology program in high school, but we still looked at it as...
That sounds so great.
It was really great because if you naturally were gifted in hair, nails, you were going to graduate high school with a license so that you could also make an income while maybe attending college. But we still look at it as that. We don't look at it as a real career that someone can do for a lifetime or for however they enjoy it. And they are a beneficial skin therapist who is needed in a person's life. This is not just a transaction. This isn't just a job for money. This is a needed experience for people a lot of the time. So my experience now in having my license and interacting with people, they absolutely see the value in becoming a professional, but they know it doesn't just stop after beauty school. They realize it's a bigger investment after you get the license to do the continual education, to get the practice on clients like you're saying. But it's scary to think my practice is going to be on a live client, and to understand and articulate that with a client. A lot of the times I was told, oh, fake it till you make it. But I couldn't fake it with an acne client when I first started in the industry.
Absolutely.
I had to be really honest and know what my strengths were and know where my opportunities were and seek the extra knowledge.
Yeah, because people, they are not guinea pigs. They have no right to experiment on people.
No.
And because I started so long time ago, and I remember I've had some illusions before I came to the industry. And I really thought then there are some very special women who know some kind of magic and they're able to perform it on the face or body of their clients. But when I started, it was almost impossible to buy something efficient in retail. So you understood clearly why you need to go to the beauty salon, because yes, you can buy some cleanser, you can buy some simple moisturizer in the shop. But if you want something more active, more serious, if you're unhappy about how you look, how your skin feels, you should go to the beauty salon because nothing else existed. But how do you feel about it now? Because people can go to retail. You work there.
So there are a few things to that. There are, of course, the skin conditions that cannot be resolved at home. But then there's the woman who is constantly chasing after her businesses, her children. She never relaxes. She can never understand why her skin is visibly aging. Sure, she knows the factors of her life, but coming to a skin professional to understand inflammation, the impact of diet, nutrition, massage, oxygenation, these are the things that people can gain from a skin therapist and almost a skin coach. I find more of the time I have clients who have good skin, but they just need help on how to maintain it. They appreciate me for the way I break things down, for how thorough I am. On the sales side, I remember selling to clients exfoliators based on what they could use and how they wouldn't damage their skin. So physical exfoliators, forget it. This was the time of St. Ives. This was the time of people destroying their skin. So we were like, oh no one should use mechanical exfoliators at home. You should only get those treatments done by a professional. But then you have, years later, Enzy Peel. Enzy Peel is something that they can use at home So long as they have the understanding from the professional on how to use it, what climate, what environments it works well in, that is what I find the benefit of having a professional is, because you can't know everything. We cannot know everything. We spend our day all day on the phone trying to understand politics, trying to understand financial literacy, trying to understand education. How can you understand skin on top of all of that?
That's so true. It's probably the main thing, and now we have an opportunity to delegate
Yes.
this work. It's like people are speaking about this concierge medicine.
Yes.
Then you can delegate. You can find someone who will help you to take responsibility about your skin health.
Absolutely.
Exclusively. And it is very interesting thing, because in my time it was even simpler, because no internet. When you Google exfoliation, oh my God, dozen and dozen of pages of some kind of rubbish information about it, and almost nothing is true. And how you understand what is true, what is not, what you need, what you should avoid. And when you come to the beauty professional, it is a great thing to delegate it, to understand it better, to work with someone professional, to understand your skin and to find the best regimen. But another thing, what we call compliance. The biggest problem, for example, in acne treatment, medication is efficient, skincare exists. People don't use it. People are not compliant for billions of reasons. And we see so many people who are so obedient in your beauty room, right? Oh yeah, I will use this moisturizer every day. Do they do it?
Oh, you follow up?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're going to kill me. I haven't opened it.
Even worse, it's with devices. People buy devices and say, now I have it, I invested in it. Please do it yourself and on the shelf. I will not touch you. Do it contactless. It's not Wi-Fi. If you bought the microcurrent therapy device, it will not work like Wi-Fi on your skin. You should use it. But people don't do it. And also, it is absolutely normal. I don't blame people. I am probably one of these people at some point in probably another area, because with skincare I'm quite good. But if you can go to the beauty salon once a month, it would be great.
Absolutely.
You can get some intense treatment, even not device-based.
As we're talking, I'm even thinking of going to that point of delegation, going to abundance and what wealth looks like, healthy bodies, healthy minds, healthy microbiomes. We cannot do it all. Our body clearly knows what to delegate to which systems to get it done. And I notice in my life, the more I delegate out, the more I can do, the more I can get done efficiently, effectively. It's done well. So cleaning your home, you can absolutely maintain the cleanliness of your home.
Technically, it's not even complicated. You just need time. Do you have time? No.
And having that person come in and deep clean once a month, you know the impact of that, but you also know if that doesn't happen, how the buildup starts to show, how your allergies become affected by that.
That's a category. It's so true.
This is the need. And I would say we have never needed skin professionals more. We have way more inflammatory conditions going on in our bodies and in our skin. And we have an overconsumption of products. I have a client, she's the most ideal client. She will listen. She will be compliant. She takes care of her body. She takes care of everything from the inside out. She is a product junkie. The biggest thing that we work on together is, Sarah, this new product came out. Do you think it would be beneficial to my skin? I'm like, is there anything wrong with your skin? No. So why would you use that? Most of these companies are actually owned by marketing companies, are really good marketers who found an interest in beauty. And that's incredible. We need marketing, but we need people to have a true understanding of the body and the impact of putting skincare on the products. The other day, when you mentioned that in Europe, they're going to put something out speaking to the overconsumption of vitamin A in the body and how it's absorbed into the body in these high amounts. Our consumers don't necessarily know that. You need a skin professional to break this down.
Just one example, because I've seen it on Reddit, I've seen it in Quora. She doesn't use retinol-based products because she pretends and she have a headache every time she starts to use retinol cream. It is not It is not myth. Headache, it's one of the first signs of hypervitaminosis A. If you have enough of vitamin A circulating in your body, if you are young and you add even the small amount of vitamin A, which is retinol, on your skin with your cream, you can have headache. It is a sign you should stop to do it and ask medical professional control your level of vitamin A, because it can be harmful for your body. And that's also why you should find good, friendly, professional beauty therapist.
Absolutely.
Because if you come to Sarah, if you come to me, we can find the alternative. We can find another product. There are dozens and hundreds of them
Absolutely.
to use instead of retinol.
Absolutely.
And they will not ridicule you, like people who just don't get it.
And as you're speaking, I think to how many times in my consultation, someone with rosacea, someone with, again, inflammation, they'll come to me and they're looking for the magic solution, what protocol, what products. And I'm like, when's the last time you did a hormone panel? They haven't. They don't know what is a hormone panel. So this is, again, why we need skin professionals and especially skin therapists who are going from this, I want to say, almost Western medicine approach of we put the Band-Aid on it, we prescribe the things, we know the controllables, avoid the sun, boom, you're done. Whereas now this holistic approach to understanding the mind, the body connection to skin, we're slowing people down. We're redirecting them to not finding the product be the solution, not even the skin therapist be the solution, but to be a partner with changing their lifestyles and ultimately taking the accountability they need so that they can have the skin and the life that they truly want.
Yeah, absolutely. It is so good to find a partner, freely speaking about your health, about why you're worried about something. Sometimes people think, okay, esthetician, beautician, skin practitioner, they are not doctors. So why I will speak with them about my headache or something else? Yes, estheticians are not doctors, but aesthetic doctors they are. And the big part of the role of the esthetician is to be aware, to raise this awareness,
Yes.
and to listen to your clients.
Absolutely.
And in the right moment to say, you know what? I think you should see the doctor.
Absolutely.
Because something is not right here. I've had a situation in my life when I didn't understand what happened with my body. I was like, okay, I am just tired. And after I found, no, it wasn't a tiredness. It was a medical condition which you should treat in 3 days.
Wow.
If you just see it through. But when it is about yourself,
Yes.
it is very difficult. So it is really great. I think that's probably a monthly visit to esthetician, to skin practitioner. It's one of the great way of preventive medicine.
Absolutely.
Because you will not go to your doctor once a month without nothing to share.
How many times do you think, oh, I need to remember that when I go to the doctor and mention it? And you don't.
Yeah.
But at least if you...
Because in doctor, you have 10, how many? 15 minutes. What is the standard?
I would probably say maybe not even 10. This is the other thing that we experience. You have that assistant that goes through the list, you fill out all the things, they go in, boom. So your esthetician is really your first line of defense. We're the one looking for the moles. We're the ones looking for any changes. We're making our notes. We're bringing to your attention.
Even the change of your skin color can be explanatory for beautician. And it can be the sign that you need some medical attention. Or probably not.
Yes.
So it's preventive medicine for me. Informal, but still preventive medicine.
I love that. Everywhere else in the world, is there this breakdown of esthetician versus medical esthetician versus then you're getting into your medical assistants and then your PAs? What I thought of earlier when you were speaking is how many times I do know estheticians who maybe didn't have the understanding or the empowerment they needed to tell a client, hey, I see something. I'm not going to tell you what I think it is or diagnose it, but I do recommend you go see a professional. Whereas some could just stop at, I don't know, I'm not a doctor. I would encourage estheticians to at least learn a little bit so that they can recognize the signs, have the encouragement to teach your clients to take that accountability.
Yeah, absolutely. And be more open-minded and to understand if people have, for example, a headache constantly, it is not normal. It is not normal if you experience some sleep difficulty regularly. So all of them, they are signs and you can get some help. For beauticians, it's part of profession to be more aware, to pay attention what people tell you about themselves, because it gives you the information. When I started, it was mostly been seen like a technician. So you perform something. You are a beautician because you can go do peeling, you know how to apply the mask, or you can do massage. Obviously, the technical part of our profession is still existing, but another part, it's an intellectual work. And I'm so happy. I closed my practice in 2014.
Okay.
When I launched the brand in 2009, and 5 years later, I just understood that I cannot just work 24/7
Sure.
as an aesthetic doctor and the clinic manager. So I closed it because last decade, it is a decade of social media. So now you should be your own social manager, right? Because
Absolutely.
it became a part of the work.
I would say social media, I have a love-hate relationship with it. I'm a millennial, so I grew up with MySpace. I had a lot of fun. I moved around a lot as a kid. Social media to me was not about marketing, although we have mentioned how important it is. It's a great educational tool. Just for me, it was more of a tool to connect. And I started to realize over at least the last 5 years, we're not connecting as much as we're looking for something to boost our dopamine. So I realized the need for it, but I just want to be honest to other skin professionals. I remember being young in my career, still trying to figure out skin, and then also being told, you need to post, you need to build your business. This is your biggest asset. I was like, where do I start? But being consistent, of course, and staying simple and staying true to yourself. I always got the most interactions when people could see the behind the scenes or could listen to my explanations. And that gave me an audience that I would otherwise not interact with on a day-to-day when I was building my clientele.
I think that probably it became the third part of our work. And
Yeah.
you should be the educator for your own clients, for your own passions. And I think what I like my colleague to understand and to people to understand, and you should be very responsible for every word
Yes,
you are saying on socials.
absolutely.
Because it impacts people. You never know how they take it. So you should be very careful
Yes.
choosing the word. And what I dislike most of all, the fear mongering, I hate it. You start aging in 25. You are not. You are young, healthy, you should be happy. And this fear mongering, I don't think we should use social media like this. And I will not recommend to go to the specialists who are
Absolutely.
doing this fear mongering in social media. If you don't come to me, you will be all wrinkled in 2 days.
This is the relationship that I have with social media, where there was a time when the intention for all of us was to get information out, to connect with our clients, to build our books. But then very quickly it turned into, there's a lot of us here. So how can I send my message? What is my message? And how can I make sure I capture them? So a lot of fear mongering. This is the way of media. So I'm not necessarily blaming anyone for doing this. However, I do think that when we recognize we're doing it, take a step back to realize that this is not authentic to you or the message that you want to send to your clients.
Be kind.
Be kind and be open-minded to receiving different messages, deciphering which ones, again, are authentic. That's the biggest thing I would love for practitioners to connect with. Is there authenticity in this industry and what works for them? Being on social media, the minute I start doing those things, I get so unnatural, versus if someone can capture me and get me filming, yeah, you're going to get some really useful media out of it. Go for it. But if that's not natural to you, I have a huge network of clients that actually tell me, oh, girl, please, we are so not fooled by what is on social media. We are a very word of mouth community. If my girlfriend says you're good, you're good. So figure out what works for you and figure out who your clients are. They may be word of mouth people, or they may be heavily influenced by social media. And that may be what you need to work on for a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. If someone asks us why I should go to the beauty salon, why should I find beautician, esthetician, skin practitioners, aesthetic doctors, because I can buy everything on retail.
If someone asks me that, I would say, why are you asking? Because there's obviously room there for them to admit, I don't understand all of these products. I have been veered in the wrong direction before. I have had treatments where the person really destroyed and damaged my skin. I've lost trust. But you have a curiosity. Find the person that connects with you.
It is a nomen. Yeah. So probably if you're overwhelmed with choice of the products, by all this information when you see in social media, if you're not happy with the state of your skin, or you feel you spend too much on
Yes.
the beauty products, because
Yes.
paradoxically, good beautician and esthetician, despite all stereotypes, they will help you
Yes.
to spend less
Yes.
for the skincare.
Yes.
It is a paradox, but it is true.
I would say green flags if you're looking for a new esthetician, or if you have that curiosity to work with someone. A green flag is them not trying to sell you something on your first conversation, them asking you questions.
The best sign if they try to take something out of your hand in the first consultation. Like when you speak, I have 5 of my favorite masks, the good specialist will say, you don't need all 5 of them.
Absolutely.
Right?
They'll probably ask you questions that sit in it. Allow yourself to be comfortable, but you may ask yourself, no one's ever asked me this. Why are you asking? There's a reason. They are trying to identify something within to help get you the result you came to them for.
And when you feel you can delegate your skin health, when you feel like you found a partner in this journey, so please do it. And remember, if you can do it once a month, it's amazing. But if you can do it like 4 times a year, it will be very useful.
Start slow. Something is better than nothing. And
go with the flow, find your rhythm.
As much as people are overwhelmed with what they're consuming, we have never had better educated and more trained skin professionals. I'm sure of it.
Thank you for joining us today on the Matter Beauty podcast. If you found this helpful, be sure to subscribe so you never miss an expert skincare tip. Have a question or topic you'd like for me to cover? Send me a message at podcast@matterbeauty.com and let's keep the conversation going. Also, you can visit matterbeauty.com and discover Matter Skincare, which I created. And if you enjoyed the show, I'd love if you left a review. It helps others find the podcast and keeps us growing. Until next time, stay healthy, stay glowing, and take care of your skin.